Hey everybody, welcome to this virtual yoga class here at Douglas Lake. We are out camping here for the weekend on quarantine, and it's beautiful out, and so yeah, I'm so glad to be back and teaching you this class. I wish I could be there in person, but hey, this is as good as it gets right now, and so soak it up. First things first, if you are here right now, that means you took the time out of this stressful, worrisome time to roll out your mat and do something for you. So let's start with a round of applause, give yourself a hug, pat on the back, whatever we got. I have my friend Nicole over here. It was so weird to just teach to nobody or myself. If you've taken my classes, you know I don't do the class. So to have to do the class on the mat for you while teaching, it's gonna be a little weird for me. But we're gonna have some fun and enjoy the sounds of Douglas Lake. So let's go ahead and start on your back. You're gonna lay flat on your back. Let's put feet mats width apart, knees together, and let's go ahead and put our hands on our bellies. Good. And let's just begin to connect with our breath here. Soak up that belly breath. So on your inhale, feel your belly expand like it's filling up in a balloon. And on that exhale, feel that belly fall. Inhale, breathing in, filling up that belly. Feel those ribs expand front to back, side to side. Pausing at the top. And then exhale out, chest, ribs, belly, as your hands fall closer to the earth. And just continue that breath, observing how your breath travels in on your inhale and how it leaves your body on your exhale. Let that pelvis be heavy. Just see if you can just settle into the earth beneath you. And we're going to take time right now to set two intentions. So the first intention is what you're going to do for yourself over the next week. So what extra self-care would you like to provide yourself during this time of stress and uncertainty? Maybe that's to pick up an old hobby, maybe start a new one. Maybe to do a spa day from home, or read a book, or take time to exercise like you're doing now. So just set an intention for what you want to provide yourself over the next week. And maybe you can try do that every day, or at least aim for 3 times over the next week. And then our next intention is what you're going to do for someone else. So maybe that's calling a grandparent, reaching out to a neighbor to see if they need help or groceries, maybe phoning a friend, sending a letter. But just set an intention for your week ahead to take time to bring joy and positive energy to yourself and those around you. Let's gently begin to draw our left knee into our chest. Activate through that right leg. Feel that quad active. And then let's just begin to make little hip circles here. Rolling that hip clockwise and then counterclockwise, and just real small circles. Your hands can be clasped around your shin or your knee or behind your thigh. Switch directions if you haven't already. And let's go ahead and make those circles even bigger. So throw that knee all the way over to your right hand and then out to your left. So you're kind of transferring that knee, making those circles even bigger. And the next time that knee is over in your right hand, go ahead and roll over onto your right side. And you're going to find a side twist here. Reach both arms out to a T. Draw that left hip away from your left shoulder. And then reach that left hand over to your right. And I'm going to go ahead and sit up to show you here. So you're going to have your hands clasped, and you're going to reach past your past your right hand, and then trace those left fingertips down that right forearm, elbow, shoulder, chest, and open up to your left. And then you're going to bend your elbow, fingertips back to that shoulder, and then you're going to trace your chest all the way past that right palm. And you're trying to reach as far past, each time maybe getting a little bit fuller on that reach to your right, or maybe fuller on that opening up to your left. So take that about 5 to 10 times, moving at your own pace, working that mobility and range of motion in your thoracic rib cage. All the while keeping that right hip supported, or that left knee supported if you need. And then come back to center, roll onto your back, hug both knees into your chest this time and rock from side to side, massaging along your spine. And then draw that left leg down and active, hug that right knee into your chest. You can pause here for an inhale and an exhale. And then begin to start those small circles, clockwise, counterclockwise, keeping both hands clasped around that leg. And then take it a little bit bigger, transferring that knee into that right hand across your body to your left. Bigger hip circles here. Switching directions. Next time that right knee is in your left hand, twist on over to your left. Reach that left arm out, right arm out to a T. Left leg is straight, strong, and active. Again, prop up that right knee if you need. And then bring that right palm to your left palm. And reach your fingertips forward. Roll back and open up. Bend that elbow, right hand to right shoulder. Trace across your chest. Reach past your left fingertips. Roll open and close. Good. 3 to 5 more times, unwinding through that thoracic spine. And then make your way back onto your back. Hug both knees into your chest. And then this time begin to rock forward and back, coming up to a seat. Just find a comfortable cross-legged seat. Go ahead and place your hands on your knees, sit up nice and tall. Reconnect with your intentions. What you want to do for yourself over the next week, and then what you can do for someone else. On your next inhale, bring your arms up overhead, lift up tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead, grow even taller, ground through your sit bones. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last time, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Hands back on your knees, and we're going to start some spine jump roping in a seated position. And we're going to start really big here. So as big a circles as possible. Just pay attention to which direction you're going. Rolling out that rib cage. And then take it smaller, really small. So now it's just real intrinsic core muscles. Mobilizing that rib cage. You want your hips now staying more stable, and you're just getting a nice little rotation of your torso. Good job. And then take it the other way, nice and big. And then take it small once again. Again, notice when you take it small how those little intrinsic core stabilizers begin to kick in even more. So this is something you can do at your desk if you have to work at a computer, or anytime you're sitting a lot. Start bringing in this rib jump rope to help mobilize the spine and work out your core. Then we'll go into some seated cat-cows. So on your next exhale, I'll go ahead and turn sideways here. On your exhale, round your lower back, middle back, upper back, gaze to your belly. On your inhale, arch your tailbone, lift your chest, lift your gaze. Exhale, rounding your spine, using your leverage of pulling your palms against your knees to find a good stretch between your shoulder blades. And inhale, dive forward, lift up into cow. Exhale into cat. We're going to take that a little bit bigger, bringing our arms in here. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, elbows in tight, finding a little core crunch. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, draw in. Maybe your knees start to lift up tighter. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, draw in. Maybe your feet begin to lift here. Good. Maybe not. Just stay wherever is comfortable for you. Do 2 more here. Then we'll meet here in a boat pose. Good job. Go ahead and bring your arms out to the side, palms up. Keep that openness in your shoulders. And then just place your fingertips on your shoulders. Good job. Good. Maybe you need to keep one foot down, maybe the other. Maybe you can work to straighten a little bit. On your next inhale, you're going to lower down, keep your elbows out. And then exhale, you're going to curl into a ball. Inhale, open up, lower halfway down. Exhale, curl in. Good. One more. Inhale, open up. Exhale, lift up, full boat. Good job. Now we're going to take that the opposite. You're going to inhale, stay rounded, reach long. And then on your exhale, lift up, open that chest. Good. Inhale, curl in. Exhale, lift up. And I'm totally on a slant here. I feel like I'm going to roll into the lake. Go ahead and inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift that chest, broaden up here. Plant your feet. I forgot where we're going next, guys. Here we go. Oh, into all fours. All right. Let's go ahead and stack that shoulders over your wrists, knees under your hips. Nice tabletop position here. Find your core. Find that arm spiral. So scoop biceps, elbow creases to the top of your mat. Feel your shoulder blades hug onto your rib cage here. So your chest is broad, your collarbones are smiling. Now reach that left hand out once again. Palm up, open that shoulder. Fingertips back to your shoulder. Inhale, open up. Exhale, tuck left elbow behind right elbow. Inhale, open up. Exhale, crunch to the side. Try to keep your hips as stable here. We're going to go ahead and do 5. Good. Letting no motion come from your hips. It's all coming from that thoracic spine once again. Good. One more. Feel those obliques kicking in. Inhale. This time, reach that left arm up. And then exhale, you're going to thread the needle. Left arm underneath. Right arm reaches up and over. Good. Press down through that left hand. Reach long through that right palm. And square your hips here. So notice if you've lost your hips, if they're rocking forward or back. Press down through your shins. Anchor here. On every exhale, see if you can broaden through your chest and lengthen through your spine. Any amount. And then gently unwind. Come back to center. Find that good tabletop position. Right arm out to the side, palm up. Keep that arm spiral, fingertips to your shoulders. Inhale, open up. Exhale, left elbow behind right. Right elbow behind left. Inhale, open up. Exhale. Good. Inhale, open. And exhale. Good. Inhale, open. And exhale. Good. The next time you open up, reach that right arm long, then exhale, thread the needle here. Good. So press down through the back of that shoulder, reach long through that left palm, square your hips. So you'll probably have to pull that right hip back here. Press down through your shins. Cores engaged. And then gently unwind. Come back to center. Find that arm spiral if you lost it. So again, biceps, elbow creases to the top, shoulder blades hugged on. Tuck your toes under here and just hover your knees 1 to 2 inches off the mat. Good. You'll automatically feel that core engage. Draw your chest through. So notice if your shoulders are moving up towards your ears, draw them down and away. Inhale here. Exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. And in this first down dog, feel free to pedal out your feet. Sway your hips from side to side. Do whatever might feel nice here. Maybe shake out your heels, bounce around. So refine that arm spiral, biceps towards the top of your mat. shoulder blades or shoulders away from your ears. Lift up through your kneecaps. Send your sit bones up and back, and then lengthen down to your heels. Try to find as much length between your hip crease and your armpits. So lengthening through your spine. On your next inhale, lift up high onto your tiptoes, and you're going to wave forward into a plank. Shoulders will come over your wrists or maybe slightly forward. Inhale here. Exhale, lift those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up high onto your tiptoes, wave forward into your plank. Exhale, lift up and back, downward facing dog. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale, lift up, roll forward, articulating through your spine, chest opens at the end. Exhale, lift those hips. Keep that spine long, shoulder blades engaged. 2 more. Last one. Spine long, gaze out in front. Exhale, lift from that inner pelvis, feel that core really engaged. Back to that down dog. Again, maybe you want to re-pedal out your feet here. Walk it out a little bit. Take a big breath in your nose. And then exhale out your mouth. Then begin to walk your hands towards your feet and your feet towards your hands. You'll find a forward fold in the middle of your mat. Go ahead and have a slight to deep knee bend, whatever feels comfortable here, and find ragdoll. So grab opposite elbows. Begin to sway from side to side here. Maybe straightening your legs, bending and bouncing, whatever might feel good here. Just let your head be completely heavy. Go ahead and bend through your knees so your chest is resting on your thighs. Keep the clasp of your elbows. Inhale, halfway lift. Long spine. So you're going to be in a nice L shape here. Draw those shoulder blades to the middle of your spine, and then exhale, fold. You can keep your legs straight if that feels accessible, or maybe you want to find that knee bend again. Inhale, get long. Shoulder blades squeeze towards your midline. Lengthen through your spine. Sit bones back, crown of your head forward. On your next exhale, release back down. Inhale, get long. Exhale, fold. Inhale, get long. This time, reach your arms up overhead, keeping your elbows clasped. Cup your buttocks under, come all the way up to stand. Keep your elbows interlaced. Ground through that left leg. Inhale up. Exhale, side bend over to your right. Now pull your elbows apart. You should feel a deep stretch in that left armpit down through that left side body. Maybe all the way down into that left hip. Engage through your core, come back up to center. Re-switch the cross of your elbows. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, up and over to the left. Good, again, pull those elbows apart as you reach your forearms towards the sky. Core is engaged, lower ribs draw back. You're lengthening through your tailbone. Inhale, back up. Arms reach long, inhale, get tall. Then exhale, release. Good, shake it out here. Ooh, that feels good. I need more yoga in my life. Here we go. All right, we'll go through a little flow here. Nice and slow. Just inhale our arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hand comes to shins or thighs, wherever you get your long flat back. And then exhale, fold. Spin that right leg back, low lunge. So you want to be more on the top of your thigh than on your kneecap. So to find that, you tuck your right toes under, lift that knee, and send it back. You want your left knee over that left ankle, square your hips here. And then engage through your core, come up. Low lunge. Ground through that left heel. When you ground through that left heel, you should feel this left sit bone lift. Right shin pushes into the ground, and you're feeling a hugging in towards your midline. So as you keep this low lunge, imagine you're holding a dumbbell or a kettlebell in this left hand. Then you're going to take your right hand, and you're just going to do a tap down to the ground and come up. Don't let there be a shift in your hips. Lock that in, cores engaged, and then tap and lean over. Maybe you don't reach the ground, that's okay. Maybe you have a block at home. Come up. Good. You'll do 5 to 10 at your own pace. Really feel your core and your obliques are responsible for this movement here. Continue to breathe. Notice how your hips, your feet are grounding to make sure your hips don't move. Good. Then inhale, both arms up. Exhale, plant your hands, sit back into a runner's lunge here. So toes draw back. Square your hips again, left hip back, right hip forward. This time, ground through that right shin. Inhale, arms overhead. Find that anchor through that left heel, right shin, and then you're gonna exhale, fold any amount. So you're just reaching through your core, and then engage yourself back up, feel that back body work. Exhale, fold, reach that chest long. Come back on up. And fold. Good, one more, inhale up. Exhale, reach long. This time just release into that runner's lunge. Maybe your head's heavy. Maybe you want to rock from side to side. Maybe you want to pump your ankle out here, pointing and flexing your toes. Wherever you are, work your spine long, chest broad. And then come back into that low lunge. So left knee back over that left ankle. Plant through that right hand, and then open your chest up. Find that trace like we did in the beginning of class. Tracing that right shoulder, left shoulder, all the way up here. Press through that right shin. Keep yourself anchored. And then release back down. Let's step back into plank here. So you're on your toes, kneecaps lifted. Find that arm spiral. And then just lower right down onto your knees here. And we're going to do some scap push-ups. So a scap push-up is just the protraction and retraction of your shoulders, or shoulder blades, excuse me. That's the only thing that's moving. There's no movement in your core and your torso. So you're gonna hold that plank, and you're gonna pull your shoulder blades away from your midline, almost like a cat back, but just in your shoulder blades. And then you're gonna squeeze your chest back together. And we'll go ahead and do 5 to 10 here. So you press and squeeze, press and squeeze. Keeping those shoulders away from your ears. Maybe you have a slight bend in your elbows. Your core is engaged. There should be no change in your torso here. Good. 3, 2, 1. Hover your knees here from that plank position. Walk your knees back into a tabletop, downward dog prep, knees to a hover. Inhale here. Exhale, lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Find stillness right away here. Ground through that thumb, index, pinky knuckle. Again, scoop biceps towards the top of your mat. Shoulders move away from your ears. Shoulder blades are broad. Thighs are active. Lift through your kneecaps. Reach down through your heels. And hollow out that inner pelvis. So find that lift that you found when you were moving from plank into down dog in that flow. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hug that knee to your chest. Plant that foot down. Low lunge. Opposite side, so right knee over right ankle. On the top of that left thigh, you can send that leg back. And then square your hips. Inhale, arms overhead. Find that dumbbell or kettlebell in that right hand. And then just tap through that left side. Keeping those hips locked in. Stay anchored through that right heel, left shin. Core is engaged. So notice if you're dumping in your low back, draw it back and in. Good, then inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, plant your hands, send those hips back. Runner's lunge here, find that stable position. Square your hips, right hip draws back. Inhale, arms overhead. Find your balance. Inhale, get long. Exhale, fold here. Reaching that spine long. Engage through your back body. Find that back core. Lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Good. One more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Just hold here for a couple breaths. Draw that right hip away from that right armpit. Chest long. Maybe you pump your ankle here. Send your breath into the back of that right thigh. all the way out through the tips of your toes. And then plant that foot down, rock back forward into that low lunge. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, left hand down. Right hand traces left shoulder, right shoulder opening up. Find that twist. Again, let that twist come from your rib cage. Don't let that left hip drop. Stay grounded through your inner thighs, through your pelvis. And then release your hands back down. Tuck your left toes under and come up to stand into a forward fold here. Bring your hands to your hips, come up halfway, long spine. Open your chest, lift through your kneecaps, and then cup your buttocks under, come all the way up to stand. Great job. All right, let's take that up a little bit higher here. Woo. We got the wind we're dealing with now. All right, let's find a chair pose. So I'll do my chair pose facing you. So feet hips width apart, toes can be turned in or turned out, whatever feels comfortable and natural up into your hips. Inhale your arms overhead, then exhale, sit back like you're sitting into an imaginary chair in the middle of your mat. Imagine there's a block in between your thighs. You're giving it a light squeeze, not a death grip, just a light squeeze. And there's a strap around your outer hips, and you're pressing out through that strap. So there's a broadening through your pelvis, through your sit bones, and you're anchoring through these adductors and our hip block out in through here. Good, hold here. Transfer your weight into that right leg. Left knee hugs into your chest. Step back. We have a high lunge here. Back leg does not need to be straight. It can be a slight knee bend if you need. You just want to be on the ball mound of those left toes. Square your hips here. Right knee over that right ankle. Chest long, lower ribs back. And then we're going to find a little pivot. We're going to move here. Very dynamic movement. You're going to lift up, straighten that right leg. Pivot all the way around. Find the lunge facing the back of the mat. Find your fingertips to your shoulders once again. And then reach that right arm forward into a twist. And then come back. Straighten your leg. Pivot back around to the front of the mat. High lunge. Straighten that leg. Find it to the back. Fingertips back to your shoulders. Find that twist. Good. Back to the front. High lunge. Good. Straighten your legs. It's actually easier on this gravel than like doing it on a wood floor. Good. Keep it going. 2 more front to back. If you want to take the challenge a little bit deeper, go into a lunge here, lift up all the way, and then lower down, back knee hovers. Find that twist here. Good. Back to the front, arms reach long. Good. We have 1 more. Straighten up, all the way back around. Right knee comes to a hover. Right elbow reaches forward. Come back up. Straighten back up to center. Good. Hold here. Good. Keep that right knee over that right ankle. Pivot that left foot down. So we're right into a warrior 2 position. You want your right heel in line with your left arch. Reach out through your fingertips. Gaze over that right middle finger. Press through that right heel. Feel that right sit bone lift and that left leg straight, strong, and active. So anchor into the 4 corners of that left foot. And then begin to lift up that right heel. So we have some calf raises here. We're going to do 10 lifts here. Good. 2 more. Great job. Good. Straighten your legs here. Palms up towards the ceiling. Keep that arm spiral. Fingertips to your shoulders. And we're going to move into triangle from here. So send your hips back. Reach through that right elbow. And then just find an open chest triangle here. Good. So it's going to require a little bit more core since you're floating. You're not using your arms to rest on your leg. Make sure that right quadricep is active. Press through that right big toe. Cup that right buttocks under. Ooh, we got some fireworks maybe? There we go. Good. Chest long, chest broad. Good. And then bend through that right knee. Sweep your hands down and around. Straighten through both legs. You're going to turn now. Your feet are facing to the outside of your mat. Wide leg forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. We're going to move into some lunge taps here, finding a dynamic twist. So you're going to send your hips back over that right knee, open up, right arm up towards the ceiling. Then you're going to straighten through that right leg, come over that left hip, and twist here. And you're going to go side to side. Finding that twist, left to right is 1. You'll take it 5 times. Good, make sure to keep breathing here. Good. Next time you're at the front of your mat, turn your right toes to face the front. Plant your hands, step back to plank. You have an option for your scapula push-ups, back down on your knees, or you can try it in a full plank position here. So press the ground away, shoulder blades move away from your midline, and then squeeze them back together. Good. Again, let that core be engaged. No movement in your middle spine, lower back. It's all your shoulder blades articulating around your upper back. Good. Great job. Come back to stillness. Inhale here. Exhale, lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Let a big exhale out your mouth. Reset. Maybe sway your hips from side to side. And then on your next inhale, lift that left leg up towards the ceiling. Hug that left knee into your chest. Plant that foot down. We're going to work that high lunge once again. So left knee over that left ankle. Reach back through that right heel. Again, if knee needs to be slightly bent, that's okay here. Inhale all the way up. High lunge. Good. Again, draw those lower ribs back. Hips square here. Activate through that right leg. And then let's find that lunge pivot flow here. So you're going to straighten through that left leg. Pivot to the back of your mat. Fingertips to shoulders. Twist left elbow forward. Back to center. Twist. Back to the front. Good. Move at your own pace with your own breath. Notice how one side might be more challenging than the other based on balance. Good. Maybe you want to take it a step further and add that low lunge dip here. Pivoting around, low lunge into that twist. Again, just leave that knee to a hover. Good. Straighten up and over. Great job. Keep breathing. Good. Backing around. Good. Find that high lunge. Pivot that right foot down. Reach down and out through that right foot. Left knee directly over that left ankle. Reach out through your fingertips here. Gaze over that left middle finger. Find your calf raises here. You have 10 here. And that left heel. Lift up. Feel your core engaged. Chest is broad. Good. Straighten through that left leg. Palms up towards the ceiling. Fingertips back to your shoulders. Send your left elbow forward. Lengthen through that left side body. Open up into your triangle. Chest broad. Shoulder blades squeezing together. Anchor through that left leg. Find as much length through that left side body here. Engage through that right side body. Pull yourself back upright. Turn those left toes in towards your midline. Find your forward fold here. We're going to find that your lunge taps. But this time, instead of the twist, you're going to reach your arms out long. I'm going to flip around for you guys. So you're here. You're going to reach your arms long overhead and then find your lunge dips. Side lunge here. Side to side. Work palms up towards the ceiling, so find that arm spiral. Core is engaged. Good, great job. You got left to right is 1, you've got 5. Good, next time you're forward. Pivot that right foot forward. Bring it more towards the outside of your mat because you're going to step back, feet hips width apart, or step forward. We're going to find that chair pose back at the front of our mat. Holding here. Good. Come up to stand. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, release, shake it out. Awesome job. You doing good?
Okay.
Woo! Okay, I'm sweaty. Here we go. All right, couple more rounds. Let's go ahead and inhale our arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step that right leg back to that low lunge this time. Good, and I'm actually going to switch sides just for the camera here. Inhale your arms overhead, low lunge. Square your hips, find that anchoring through that left heel, right shin. And then bring your hands out in front. So we're going to start with that side twist like we did in the beginning of class. And you're going to trace fingertips, forearms, shoulders across and open up. Try not to let your hips open up here, keep them square. And then bend your elbow, follow and trace here. The tracing helps you localize the movement to that thoracic spine. Helps you find where you have range of motion or limited range of motion. Good. Really helps to isolate the movement. Good. Next time your hands are forward, find that prayer twist to the opposite side. Place that right hand in a fist, top hand flat, and open that chest up wide. Draw your chest through. Release back down. Step back into all fours here. Shoulders over your wrist, hips over your knees. Find that arm spiral. We're going to find these elbow twists here, but in a downward dog prep. Back to all fours. Tuck your toes under. Hover those knees. And then find your twist here. So elbow to shoulder. And find 3 to 5 here. If that's too much, keep one knee down, maybe both knees down. Doing that bear crawl to find the twist. Good. Nice job. Awesome. Come back down. Release, shake it out. Let's rest in child's pose before we move to the opposite side. Forehead on the ground. You can bend your elbows, bring thumb tips and pointer fingers together to make the diamond. Release through your shoulders. And then let's come back up into all fours here. We'll find that on the opposite side. So find that down dog prep, tuck your toes, hover your knees, right shoulder to right, fingertips to right shoulder, open up, find your core twist here. Good. Nice job. Great job. Come back to center, release your palms. Inhale here, exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let a big exhale out your mouth. Inhale, reach your right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hug that knee to chest. Low lunge here. I'm going to switch to get my opposite side. Square your hips. Inhale your arms overhead. Ground through that left shin, right heel. Then hands back out in front. Shoulder blades squeeze. Find that trace here. Opening up, but keeping your hips square towards the front of your mat. You can always reach forward, kind of falling into alternating twist like we did on our backs. Good. Nice job. 2 more. Good. Last one. Good. Next time your hands are forward, reach forward, find that prayer twist, bottom hand in a fist, top hand flat. Use that anchor to open your chest. Lengthen through that left side body. Core is engaged. Good. Release your hands back down. Tuck your right toes under. Step forward into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Maybe you want to sway from side to side here. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, you can either do hands to your hips or reach your arms long. That's going to require more core engagement here. Ground through your feet, inner outer heels. Inhale here, exhale, lift up, all the way up to stand. Ground through your feet, lift tall. Then exhale, release, shake it out. Awesome job. Good, one more high lunge sequence and then we get to relax. And stretch it out, you've earned it. Let's go. All right, chair pose again. Feet hips width apart here. Oops, I guess I can stay here. Sit back into that imaginary chair pose. Lengthen through your tailbone, lower ribs back. Maybe you can sink a little bit deeper. Transfer your weight into that right leg once again. Hug that left knee into your chest. Step back, high lunge. Good. Arms up. Arms down, palms up. Fingertips to your shoulders. Inhale, open up your chest. And then exhale, you're going to curl in and see if you can fold inside that right knee. Good job. Inhale, open up, work that balance. Then exhale, fold forward. Good. 3 more. Staying grounded through that right heel, reaching out through that left foot. Good. I lost count. How many more? One more? We'll do one more. Why not? Good. There we go. Good. Pivot that left foot down. You're in your warrior 2. Reach those arms long. Right heel lined up with that left arch. We'll skip the calf raises here. And this time, reach your right fingertips out forward. Lengthen through that right side body. Right forearm to your right thigh. Left arm alongside your ear. Good. Press through that right forearm to draw that right shoulder away from your ear here. Great job. Keep breathing. Maybe smile a little bit. There we go. Release it out. Good. Sweep that left hand down. Pivot into that wide leg forward fold here. And we're going to move into a dynamic side lunge this time. So send your weight over that right leg. Good. We're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg. You're going to push off that right leg, knee to chest. Whoop, work your balance. And then step right back out into that right high lunge. Side lunge. And then up onto your knees, calf raise. Sit back. This is really hard to do on an angle. Good. Maybe you want to take it a step further. Maybe add in a little hop. Good. There you go. Opposite arm, opposite leg. So that right arm draws forward in that side lunge. And you swing up and over. Let's take it 2 more times. Good. Next time you're in that side lunge, plant your hands, pivot around, come back into plank. Drop down onto your knees here. We're going to find that down dog prep again. We're going to move through a little functional movement here. So you're going to tuck your knees or hover your knees. You're going to lift that right knee to your chest, pivot onto the outside of that left leg. Reach left arm up towards the ceiling, right arm out. Good, come back to center. Left knee in towards your chest, pivot onto the inside of that right foot. Right arm up, left arm reaches long. Good, pivot back around. Good, 3 each side. Left to right is 1. Good, trying to keep those knees just at a hover. Cores engaged. Great work. When you've done your 3 each side, we'll rest in child's pose. Back to center, release down, big toes together. Knees mats width apart and just release all the way down. Maybe you want to reach your arms alongside your body. Maybe grab onto your heels and rock from side to side. And wave yourself back forward into all fours, and just take your time getting into down dog. Finding stillness there. Lengthen through your torso. Settle into the strength of your hands, your shoulders, your hips, your thighs, and your feet. On your next inhale, lift that left leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, hug that knee into your chest. Plant that left foot down. Set up for that high lunge here. Stack that ankle under your knee. Wave yourself up. High lunge here. Arms shoulder height, palms up. Fingertips to elbows. Inhale, open your chest. And then exhale, curl in here. We got 5. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl in. Good. 2 more. Or to keep those hips squared, really find the power in that back leg. Good. And open up. Arms overhead. Pivot that right foot down. Line up your feet for that warrior 2. Gaze over that left middle finger, and then reach through your left fingertips. Lengthen through that left side body. Left forearm to that left thigh. Right arm alongside that ear. Stay grounded through that right leg. And then sweep that right arm down out in front of you. Pivot that left foot in. Find that forward fold for 1 to 2 breaths here. And then sit back, weight over that left heel into that left side lunge. Left arm forward, and then you'll pivot to the back of your mat, knee to chest. Maybe come up on your tiptoes, and then send it right back out. Good, maybe you'll find a little hop here. Good, you got 5. Great job. Next time you're back over that left foot, turn those left toes, walk them out wide. You'll bring your right foot forward, feet hips width apart. Sit up into that chair pose. Last chair pose. There we go. Inhale here. Exhale, fold. Release it out. Maybe pedal out your feet. Sway your hips from side to side. Inhale, halfway lift. Arms alongside your ears here. Cup your buttocks under. Come all the way up to stand. Good. Grab that left wrist. With that right hand, inhale, grow tall. Exhale, side bend over to your right here. Maybe you want to open and close in this position. Oscillating through that chest. Good. Then reach up and over. Maybe you can find a little balance here. So right leg begins to lift. Good. You can take it a little deeper. Find a little core crunch here. Bringing in more obliques today. Woo, reach long, work that balance. Excellent job. Woo! The wind's blowing us over. Here we go. Good. Last one. Reach long. Refine that wrist. Plant that left foot down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, switch hands. Good. Grow tall. Exhale, up and over to your left. Maybe you want to oscillate here, opening and closing. Good. Find stillness. Reach long. Maybe that right leg pops up. Maybe you're just playing with your balance here. Maybe you want to find that core crunch on this side. Moving into that half banana shape, into those obliques. Good. Great job. Excellent. Good. Reach up. Find that right wrist again. Foot down. Lift up. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, release. Good. Inhale, shoulders to your ears. Exhale, release. One more time. Excellent job. Shake it out a little bit. Awesome. Let's wind down to the floor. But before we get there, let's take feet mats width apart. Toes are going to turn out, so you have a little malasana pose here. You're going to sit up or come up onto your tiptoes. You can bring your arms out in front for balance if you need. And then you're going to lower down into a malasana position, keeping your heels lifted up. Good. And then you're going to come back up. Arms overhead if you have the balance. Good. And then as you lower down, arms can come back out in front of you. See if you can keep your hips lifted evenly. Or excuse me, your heels lifted. Good. Nice job. There we go. Good. Come back up. Release your feet down. And then we'll sit into a malasana pose here. So at home or even here, you can sit up on your water bottle if you need, if it's too much to stay hanging down. Feels a little funky, so I don't need that. I'll just settle right in here. But if you need, you can always sit up on something. Let's reach that left arm long, right arm up towards the ceiling, and find that trace again. So bend that elbow, trace along your chest, reach past those left fingertips, and then open up. We'll do 3 traces here. Good. Excellent job. Press into your heels to find a little lift in your pelvis here. Really feel those inner thighs. And then sweep that right arm out, left arm up to the ceiling. Find the trace on the other side. Keep that right upper arm glued into that right inner thigh. Good. There you go. Come back to center. Settle in. 1 breath in. 1 breath out. And then come out onto your seat here. Move into a bound angle or Baddha Konasana pose here. Hold your feet here. Let's sit up nice and tall. And let's find the jump roping of our spine here in this position. You can do big or small, kind of whatever you feel is available with your thighs in this position. Switch directions. I am out of breath.
Good.
I have not taught a yoga class and done it probably ever. Feels good. It's my new cardio. Good. Come back to center. Go ahead and fold here. Palms up. Sweep them underneath your shins. You're going to find a little star pose. You can always rest your head on a block or your water bottle. Wet dog on the yoga mat. It's okay. That is life, folks, right? Always got to be flexible. Just go with the flow. Then begin to wave yourself back upright. Let's see what I had planned next. Here we go. We folded. All right. Yeah, straighten through that right leg. Let's find half spinal twist here. Bring that left foot to the outside of that shin or up above your thigh, whatever feels comfortable here. Draw that left knee into your chest with that right elbow. Left hand plants behind you. Inhale, grow tall. Let that right leg be straight, strong, and active. Right toes pulled back towards your knees. You can always play with pressing into that left foot to help you lift up through your spine. On every inhale, lift up. On every exhale, maybe move into that twist any amount. Gently unwind here. Plant this right foot. I'm going to find a figure 4 stretch. You can have your foot as far away or as close as you can have it. That'll just deepen your stretch in your hip. Just lift your chest tall. Draw those left knee or left toes towards your knees. Finding a good stretch in that right piriformis, left hip, wrong side. And then just begin a little hip pivot here. Rocking from side to side, finding a twist. Maybe holding at one side if that feels good. Good. Come back to center. Straighten that leg. We'll switch sides. Finding that spinal twist on the opposite side. So left leg straight, strong and active. Right knee hugs in towards your chest. Plant that right hand behind you. Draw those left toes towards your knees. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, take your gaze over that right shoulder. Maybe you take that right hip back with you in that twist. Come back to center. Bend that right knee, plant your foot on the ground. Draw that chest forward. Plant your hands toe to your knee here. Again, you can be as close or as far away as comfortable. Pausing here for a couple breaths. There you go. Good. You can draw that right hip towards the top of your mat. Lift through your chest. Maybe you'll find your pivot here, rocking from side to side. Good. Awesome. Good. Come back to center. Straighten through your legs. Here, another dog. It's fine. It's fine. Here we go. Feet out in front of you. Reach your arms out in front. Inhale, round your middle back. On your exhale, lower your tailbone. Lower back, middle back, upper back, shoulders and head. Let's go right into a waterfall pose. If you're at home and you have a block, you can always put a block under your tailbone. But without it, just lift your feet straight up towards the ceiling. Dorsiflex those feet. Core is engaged. Relax through your upper body. So let your torso, your shoulders, arms, head is completely heavy. Just let this inversion help to circulate new energy, new blood flow throughout your body. Good. Maybe you want to circle your ankles from in one direction and then the other. Just taking in the tranquil sounds of the water, the geese, and the dogs, and your loved ones around you. Good, then find stillness in this waterfall pose, holding out for about 20 more seconds. And then anchoring through your core, begin to lower your legs very slowly, reaching out through your heels until your feet come to rest on the ground. Then walk your feet about hips width apart. Maybe you'll feel good to be even wider. Feel your feet just want to fall out and rest here after that work. And then walk your shoulder blades under your back body so your chest is broad. Let's begin to settle into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Taking the time to completely still our bodies. As stillness in our body brings stillness and calm to our minds. Take the time to recall your intentions so you can take them with you throughout the rest of your week off your mat. And just rest. Finding this joy and this luxury of just being able to be present, to be still, to be here right now. Enjoy your Shavasana. Begin to deepen your breath, reawakening your senses. Bring movement into your fingers and toes. And roll through your wrists and your ankles in each direction. Reach your arms overhead, stretch from the tips of your toes out through your fingertips. Inhale in your nose, exhale out your mouth with an audible sigh. Maybe rock your head from side to side, massaging along the base of your skull. And then roll yourself onto your right side here. Pausing to take the time to find gratitude for something in your life right now. Maybe it's many things. Maybe it's being able to take the time to reset, to find joy in the little things. Whatever that might be. Just feel that sense of gratitude flood throughout your body. And then keeping your eyes soft or closed, gently press yourself up into a comfortable seat. Letting your spine long, reach out through the crown of your head. And I invite you to live for the now, to live for right now, and find joy in an ordinary occasion. So maybe that's making dinner, taking your dogs for a walk, and just celebrate and be present right now. Thank you so much for joining me virtually, in person. It's great to have you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Excellent job. Woohoo! That was fun.